Hello everyone, happy Friday and Merry Christmas! It is time for my live launch party for the awesome new August-December mini catalog. Now this has in the past been known as the holiday catalog, and I will probably forever refer to it as the holiday catalog, but the official name is the August-December 2020 mini catalog. Now this catalog just went live on Tuesday of this week and it is awesome. I have so much to share with you over in the next hour and a bit. I have 6 product suites to showcase. I have 4 make and takes to do with you and a ton of samples to inspire you. So I hope you have your favorite beverage and you can sit back and enjoy and spend a little time dreaming of a white Christmas with me. Now I know we're not in a rush for Christmas and we're definitely not in a rush for snow, but crafters need to think ahead, right? So we need to start thinking about our Christmas projects. Now, this book does not only contain Christmas. We've got some awesome fall and Halloween products as well. So I'm gonna showcase all of it. So let me just pull up my video here and see who is joining me, and then I'm gonna tell you kind of what is what. I've got some fun surprises planned for you. There we are. Come on. All right, we've got Deb, we've got Bonnie, hi Krista, hi Mary, hi Wendy. All right, so first of all, let's talk freebies. So this host code at this URL, this is the new online store. You need to make sure you select me as your demonstrator. If you place a $60 order using this host code before Sunday at midnight, you will receive a free embellishment of your choice from this catalog. Okay, so I will show you. The cool thing about this catalog is it has an index. So any of the embellishments, there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So these 10 embellishments on page 79 are what you have to choose from. Okay, so once you place your order, you can just shoot me an email or a message and let me know what you would like as your freebie. Okay, all right, so that is that. Also, I'm giving away one of the cutest stamp sets from the catalog. This adorable Gnome for the Holidays stamp set is, I'm going to give this away to someone who comments on tonight's video. Okay, so make sure you comment, make sure you like, and make sure you share. Okay, so comment, like, and share, and you could be receiving this fun, adorable stamp set in the mail for me. Okay, so that's number 2. Last thing I want to mention is from all of the comments over the course of the evening, I am going to randomly select some lucky winners to receive free bonus days coupons to use on your order. So just keep commenting. The more you comment, the greater the likelihood that I'm going to choose you. But I have 30 bonus days coupons to give away. So they need to find homes. So you might just be a lucky winner. All right. Okay, let's get to it. This catalog is fantastic. Now I'm going to focus on the product suites. Okay. There is a ton of other product. I will pull in some of it. I can't possibly, I'd be on here all night if I showcased all of it. I'm not going to talk about kits, but the kits are the first thing that you see in the catalog. Okay. There is an awesome card kit, awesome tag kit. We have our Christmas countdown calendar that's a returning favorite from last year, and this Most Wonderful Time product medley, which is also a returning favorite from last year. New this year is a refill for this, which makes me very excited because I used a ton of the paper and I didn't want to buy the whole suite again. I don't need another set of dies and stamp sets, so I was thrilled that we're going to be able to get just the consumable products from this kit. All right, first suite in the catalog is the Heartwarming Hugs. Now, this is an adorable suite, and it's awesome for the coffee lover in your life or the tea lover. I am a coffee drinker, so this speaks to me, but it also works for hot chocolate and lattes and cappuccinos and tea lattes and anything that is your preferred hot beverage. So I'm going to show you some products, and then I'm going to show you some projects that use these products. Now, this is a large suite, okay? We've got our DSP, we've got a bundle, we've got some fun treat holders, some embellishments, and some awesome embossing folders. So let me get them out and show you. Let's try not to drop everything. All right. So first up, we have the bundle. Now, this bundle includes stamps and dies. Okay, so the stamp set is called Warm Hugs. It has some cute little sort of circular label dies, and then some fun holiday themed sentiments, some fun punny sentiments as well. I like you a latte, you're the marshmallows to my cocoa. And then the dies, not only do they cut out these stamped images, but they also make some fun wrappers for the treat holders, which I'm going to show you in a second. Okay, so this is the die set. Now also in this suite is another stamp set called Wrapped in Christmas, which kind of works with this, but it's also a beautiful Christmas sentiment set all on its own. Now some of these images will fit in the dies. Okay, so this one will cut that, this one will cut that. Okay, but this is an awesome just sentiment stamp set all by itself. Now also way back in the catalog is this stamp set called Press On, which is the perfect stamp set for the coffee lover. I love this set. Cannot wait to play with it. I haven't even put it together yet, but I do have some fun samples to show you that I've gotten from other people that have used this set. So really fun. So lots of possibilities in terms of stamps and dies with that set. Then we have some beautiful DSP. Now this DSP has some really great Christmas colored, but not Christmas exclusive patterns. So these are not just Christmas patterns, right? Yes, the red and green speak Christmas, but there's lots of things that you can do with them beyond just Christmas. So we have stripes, we have fun gingham, some diagonal stripes. Love this Mossy Meadow gingham. We've got red stripes, like that works for so much. Valentine's Day, hello. And then this fun sort of diamond pattern. And then we flip it over and we have, that's almost like a mosaic tile. I love this pattern. Love the colors in that. And another sort of mosaic pattern. Some polka dots. More polka dots, love this one. And a houndstooth. So awesome patterns for just about any Christmas themed project. So let me show you the other parts to the suite. So we've got the DSP, we've got the bundle, and then we have these come in a 2-pack, the wrapped in texture embossing folders. Now I'll show you actually some cardstock or on a project that I've used these so you can see what they actually look like. These are very, very detailed embossing folders. They really, really emboss your paper. And they are designed to fit in the mini Stampin' Emboss machine or die cut and embossing machine, which is coming at some point, hopefully this fall. But you can totally use them on a regular machine as well. So I'm going to show you a couple projects that use those. And then of course we have embellishments. So we have this beautiful Mossy Meadow reversible ribbon. One side is white stripes with green background and the other is green stripes with white background. Ties up beautifully. We had similar ribbon last year that was cherry cobbler. Okay, and because it's reversible, you got to do your little flip trick so that you get your tails the same color on your bow. Okay, but ties up really nicely. And then we also have this braided linen trim. So this is the same as our braided linen trim that's in the annual. It's a natural color, but this is real red. And just like the other stuff, you can pull it apart and distress it. I actually used some of this on one of my projects from this Tuesday. Okay, so it's exactly the same trim, but just in real red. Okay, and ties up really, really easily and is great on projects. Just a little bit rustic. Okay, so there's your ribbon. And then we have these fun embellishments. Look at these little star ornaments. Now, how fun would these be? I know that some of you must be jewelry makers. I'm sure there are. How fun would these be made into earrings for Christmas? So fun. They're really, really light, so they would be perfect for making earrings. But these are also adorable little ornaments to hang on a mini Christmas tree or on a garland or use as accents on projects. So again, I'm going to show you some projects and you will see these products in action. So let me just clear some space here. And first of all, I'm going to bring in this fun little treat holder. So the other parts of this suite are these adorable mini coffee cups and this mini coffee carrier. Now, this is not that mini. Like, this is like the size of a Tim Hortons small. Okay, this is not that small. Oh, I lost my wrap. Let's put that back together. There we go. So these are quite large, and you could put lots of treats in there. You could fill that up with chocolate. You could stash a gift card in there. You could do hot chocolate in one and marshmallows in another. Just really, really cute. And then, of course, the little carrier that you could also fill with treats, right? You could put a bag of popcorn and a bag of pretzels or whatever. These are really cute little carriers that you could use for gift giving. Okay, just really sweet. I use some of the DSP to cover my coffee cups and the dies to create the wraps and to make my little tags on the top. Okay, so really fun and easy gift packaging. Okay, all right, now let's look at some cards. So here are some swap cards that I received that use products from this suite. So this one is a little bit of a fun fold. Okay, it's not your standard card. But again, uses some of those same images, and there is one of the embossing folders. That is the one that's like polka dots. Okay, can you see that? Does that show? I hope so. And then here is one that uses that fun coffee set, press on, and the other embossing folder. So you can see those are the two embossing folders that you can get in this suite. Okay, and then here's another fun one. Uses some of the images as the background on this one. And this is cut out of some of our felt. This is new, another new product that I'm not going to showcase, but it is new in the catalog. And just is a fun little textural accent. And then here's a cute little gift tag that I made, just real quick. And there is one of our little star ornaments. So I just added it as a little accent on my gift tag. And how pretty would that be, just on top of a gift under the tree? So pretty. And then here's one more. This is a fun fold. This is going to be coming to a video near you this fall. But this is a gate fold. So again, use some of the images from the stamp set and some of the awesome plaid paper that is later in the catalog. We'll talk about that later. And then you open it up and it folds open to hold a gift card. So, and of course, it's a Tim's gift card, of course, for coffee lovers, right? So that's another fun project using some of the products from this suite. All right, I got one more. This is not exclusive to the suite. This actually was one of the make and takes from my Christmas in July class last month. But again, uses both embossing folders and some of the patterns from the DSP and some of that fun braided linen trim. Okay. All right. You like that? That's sweet, you guys? What do you think? Oh, lots of comments. You guys all want to win free coupons. All right, you guys got lots to say. I love it. I will respond to comments later, okay? I can't read them and show you all this stuff at the same time, or we'll be here all night. All right, let's grab the catalog again and move on to our next suite. Now, again, there is your stamp set and your dies. That's the bundle, okay? This is the other stamp set that coordinates. These guys are going to be featured later in videos, so we're not going to talk too much about them, but this, oh my goodness, this suite has fast become my absolute favorite. So Poinsettia Place is an absolutely gorgeous suite in this catalog. It is the one that I have fallen in love with. And there will be an online class coming in September with this suite, and you'll be seeing a lot of this one from me. But I'm going to show it to you, and I guarantee you are going to love it as much as I do. So let me grab the products. Where are we here? So here is the bundle. So the bundle includes the Poinsettia Petals stamp set. Now this is a large stamp set. This is only shown at 65%. So when I take these out of the package, you're going to see this is a huge stamp set. Okay, these are very large images, and you get tons of images and tons of holiday sentiments, and not just holidays, right? Thank you for making this a wonderful season. You can just use that as a thank you, right? And then we got these beautiful dies. Now, these dies, some of them cut stamped images, okay? So this one cuts this big poinsettia. This one cuts this little sprig. This one cuts this little bough, okay? And then these ones cut shapes. Now, these are actually 2 dies. So you have one that'll cut the outline, so it'll cut the stamp shape this way. But then you can also cut cardstock and add the veining. This is just an embossing die, and get embossed leaves. Okay, same thing goes for each one of the poinsettias here. Now, I have found when I use both of these together, I'll just show you, I left one taped. When I have to cut a lot of these, I just use some washi tape and I tape them together so that I can slap them down and not have to worry about lining them up every time. It makes it way quicker and easier rather than having to fuss and futz, okay? Now, let me just give you a warning. When you are peeling these guys off the cardboard that they come in, be really careful that you don't bend these. These are really delicate. And this one you'll notice when it's laying on my magnet sheet, see how it's a little bit bent? That's for me trying to take it off the cardboard and not being careful, okay? So that's my little public service announcect. Be really careful when you're peeling these guys off. Now, this still cuts or embosses just fine, but it annoys me. For those of us that are a little bit type A, that will bug you if it's bent like that, if you're anything like me, okay? So just be careful when you're peeling those off, okay? All right, so that is your bundle. And then we have some gorgeous paper. We actually have 2 gorgeous papers in this suite. So starting with the DSP, whoops, I got more than a bargain for there. All right, so we have this beautiful holly pattern. Small poinsettias, that's upside down. We got some sprigs. Now I should mention that some of the dies cut out some of the images in these, okay? So this cuts out that. Can you see that? Let me see. Let me move it down here. That'll be easier to see. Okay, can you see how that fits? So you can cut out some of the images in the DSP with the dies, which I love. Okay, here's another one. This is another one. You can cut this. Can I find the one, which way it goes? I think it goes that way. Nope. There we go. Okay, so you can cut some of the poinsettia images from this pattern with the dies. And then we have a smaller poinsettia pattern and then pine boughs. Okay, and then we flip it over and we get some more generic patterns. So these work for great backgrounds, okay, and not just Christmas, right? So this is Old Olive. Sorry, this is Pear Pizzazz. No, it is Old Olive. And this is Garden Green, okay? And then we have this great wood grain in Crumb Cake and Soft Suede. We've got some mistletoe. We've got some pine cones and then some pine boughs, okay? So less sort of Christmas focused on this side, and then the beautiful poinsettia images on this side. Okay, so that's your DSP. And then this is like my new favorite thing. We have these gorgeous flocked vellum. So this is vellum that has fuzzy patterns. I wish you guys could feel this. It is soft and fuzzy. So we have this gorgeous scroll work pattern. We have poinsettias, which I might add, you can cut out with the dies. Is that the way it goes? Yep, just like that. Can you see that? So that fits there. And then we have holly leaves and sprigs, both of which can be cut using the dies. So we have these guys, and I think it's the small holly leaf that works. Yep. Okay. So this paper, oh my stars, you guys, I am so in love with it. And you can color it. Now I'll show you a couple projects that I've done that. But oh my stars, it's absolutely gorgeous. So that is the specialty paper. And then of course we have some embellishments. We've got these beautiful, what are we calling these? Beaded pearls. Look at how pretty these are. These work beautifully as the centers of your poinsettias. Okay, that's what they're kind of intended for, but they're also just, they could work for any flower. They're gorgeous. So that's those. And then we have this beautiful sheer real red ribbon, and this ties up like a dream, this ribbon. Super pretty, and it holds, the knot does not slip, okay? It holds nice and tight, and your bow will stay a pretty bow. Okay, so that is the real red sheer ribbon. So many awesome products in this suite. Okay, so let me show you a couple projects, and then we're going to actually do a make and take with this suite. So I'm going to start with this one. This is another one from my Christmas in July event at the end of last month. And here I paired the dies with some of the Flowers for Every Season DSP. So if you have this DSP, these dies work so well with it. Okay, really, really pretty. And then I'm going to show you a couple swaps that I received. This one is by Selena Morali. So let me just take it out of the cellophane because it's easier to see when it's not shiny and reflecting the light. So here, Selena has used some of that beautiful flocked vellum and then done her poinsettia in blues, which I absolutely love. And I love this. We're going to talk about this too later. It's coming. I won't talk too much about it, but I love the accent of that. Okay, so that's in blues. And then here is one by Maureen Olton. Again, this one uses some of the bumblebee. So the yellow in this paper is bumblebee. So she's capitalized on that and used it for her background. Really pretty. And then here's a more traditional color palette. Again, using some of that vellum as a background. And here, instead of the, where is it? Instead of these guys, she just used 3 regular pearls, which also totally works. Okay, so those are some swaps that I received. And then I'm going to show you that you're going to get a little sneak peek of some of the projects from my online class. I wasn't planning to do this, but I figure you guys are worth it. Okay, so this one features that gorgeous flocked vellum, and I have actually added color to it just with a stamp pad and some sponge daubers. So pretty. Okay, so that is that gorgeous vellum. And then here is one where I've changed up my color scheme a little bit, and I've used some of the shimmer paint. What's it called? It's right here. Frost or Champagne Mist shimmer paint to add some sparkle to this one. And then this one, I've actually colored the white poinsettias on the DSP. I've colored them with my blends to get a red poinsettia. So that's all I'm showing you. Those are 3 little sneaky peeks from my upcoming online class in September. Okay, just some little teasers. Not going to show you anymore. You're going to have to wait. All right, but you are going to want to get this bundle, I'm telling you. Okay, so we are going to do a little project. Whoops, I'm throwing things all over the place. Too much on my desk. We are going to make this pretty card. So I'm going to show you how to put this together. It's pretty straightforward. The DSP on this one does most of the work. And it is, well, it's pretty easy, pretty straightforward. So we are going to start with a piece of the wood grain pattern. So on the back is the sprigs. Okay, so this is the wood grain pattern. It's cut to 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And then I have some of the smaller poinsettia pattern. It's got the pine cones on the back. And I've actually die cut this using the Stitch Rectangles dies. Okay, so we're going to start by gluing that down in the center of our panel. So we're going to put it right smack in the middle. Right about there. Hopefully straight-ish. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to use a little bit of this gold shimmer ribbon. Now this ribbon is not in any catalog, and I've had people ask me, like, isn't that ribbon retired? It's actually not. This ribbon was from the Christmas Rose Sweet Offering last November, I think it was. It's this beautiful gold shimmer ribbon. This is still available on the website. It's not in any catalog, but this ribbon is fast becoming a favorite because it works so well with this suite. It's just a really subtle gold shimmer. So I'm going to grab a little glue dot here and just tuck the end around the back. And if you want the item number for this ribbon, it's 152156. It's called Gold Shimmer Ribbon, if you're looking for it on the website. All right, so, whoops, straight would be better than not. Let's fix that. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to go ahead right now and glue this down before we build our poinsettia. So here I have a soft suede card base, so a little bit non-traditional in terms of color scheme. This is 4 1/4 by 11 inches, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we'll fold that in half along our score line and crisp it up. And we're just going to add a quick little bit of seal here. And pop that onto our card base, just like that. Okay, now we're going to build our poinsettia. So we're going to set that aside. Now I've already die cut this. Now I had teased on Tuesday saying that I was going to be showcasing the new Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. Well, FedEx had other plans. It was supposed to come yesterday, and it actually arrived just like half an hour before I started tonight. And I haven't even taken it out of the box. I haven't had time. So I will showcase it in a video all of its own next week. Okay, so stay tuned. So I have the large, the medium, and the small poinsettias, and they have been die cut and embossed. So can you see the veining on the poinsettia there? And then I'm going to take a little bit of the Champagne Mist shimmer paint. And all I'm going to do is, it's easier to do when it's lying flat, just go over the petals on each die cut and add some shimmer. Now, I'm not sure how well this is going to show on camera, but it really does add some gorgeous shimmer to that die cut. So we're gonna do the same thing on all three. So the easiest way to work with this stuff is to just use what's in the lid. When you take the lid off, you shake it up and you end up with some in the lid, and then just use your dauber and pick it up from the lid. It's the easiest way to not get too much on your dauber and keep it somewhat tidy. All right, so there we go. So we have some beautiful shimmery poinsettia petals. And then we're going to do a little bit of burnishing with our bone folder. So what I'm going to do is start by burnishing my petals. Now this is still a bit wet. Come on, dry. You know what? We're going to let that dry. We're going to stamp our sentiment while we're waiting. All right, so we have here a little stitched rectangle cut from crumb cake cardstock. And I've got my soft suede ink and my Happy Holidays sentiment. So this is from the stamp set from this suite. And I'm going to stamp my Happy Holidays sort of to the right of my little, rectangle here. And that's so that I have room to add my poinsettia. All right, that's better. It's dried up a bit. So now I'm going to take my petal. So I'm with the embossed side down. I'm just curling the petals on each layer with my bone folder. So it's kind of like curling ribbon, but you just want to be really gentle. You don't want to tear the petals off. So I'm just kind of taking and curling them a little bit. Okay. Then I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to do the ends the other way. Okay. And that's going to give my poinsettia some really nice shape as it sits on the front of my card. So again, I'll just do each one of these petals, just the ends the opposite way. Okay, can you see the dimension that we get when we do that? All right, so now to assemble this, it's super easy. We're just gonna put a little dab of glue in the middle of the largest one, and then we're gonna take our medium one and offset the petals and just lay it on top. And then another little dab of glue. And the smallest layer goes on top like that. Okay, so easy to make beautiful flat 3D flowers with this die set. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and adhere this to our little tag here. So I'm gonna put a little bit of seal just on the end of my tag, and I'm going to press the center of my poinsettia onto my tag like that. Okay, and then that is ready to glue onto the front of my card. Now we're going to pop this up. So I'm going to add probably 3 dimensionals. I'm being conservative tonight. I do too, Heather. I am loving all the 3D flowers. Absolutely. I actually have a project idea in mind that uses some of these 3D flowers. I just need to get my act together and get it made. It's in my head. I just need to make it happen. Okay, so there is my card front. Now I have one of the sprigs that I've cut just from gold foil, and this actually has some of our adhesive sheets on the back. So I'm going to peel off the backing, and then we're going to tuck this in behind our poinsettia and just stick it down. The adhesive sheets are, they're a must-have with all of these detailed dies. Okay, if you don't have them, you need to get them. I'm just telling you straight up, you need them. Okay, so our last touch is one of these gorgeous beaded pearls. Now, you can see on here, I wanted, the centers of these poinsettias were yellow, so I wanted my pearls to be yellow. So I just took my dark Mango Melody blends, and I just colored my pearls yellow. You can do that. It's okay. You could color them any color you want. Any color blends that we have, I suppose, or you could even use a Sharpie. Any alcohol based marker will work. Okay, there are my yellow pearls, just like that. So now to adhere this, I'm just going to press it onto a glue dot and then pop it in the center of my poinsettia. Doesn't that just sort of make it a wow? Like, oh, such a pretty embellishment. Okay, and then I have these fun little they're gems. These are from a different suite, but I really, really like them. So these ones are clear with little flecks of gold. They remind me of Goldschlager. If any of you have ever had Goldschlager, there's little flecks of gold in Goldschlager, and that's what this reminds me of. Maybe that's why I like them so much. I really like Goldschlager, so maybe that's why. So I'm just going to add a couple of these guys on here just as an extra little accent. And there we go. Done and done. Do you like that? I hope you do. It is deceptively simple. It absolutely is. All right, so let's get this out of the way, and I'm going to clear this out of the way because honestly, I have zero space. Too many things to show you guys. All right, let's bring back the catalog, and we're going to mosey on to the next suite. Oh my goodness, you should see what a disaster zone my studio is right now. Okay, let's move on. Okay, there is the stamp set. These are actual size, okay? These are shown actual size, so it gives you an idea of how large those stamped images are. All right, moving on. This is a returning favorite from last year. You will see more on that from me later. This one, again, you will see more from me later. More awesomeness. Keeping going, keeping going. There is that adorable gnome for the holidays. Now, I did mention that I am going to be giving away this stamp set tonight. And I thought I'd show you just a couple of cute projects. These are, again, swaps that I received. Look at how adorable this is. Is this not just the cutest? I love this little guy. So there is one. This is a fun one. This is a peekaboo card. So, so fun. And then this one, I love this color scheme. Just adorable. So there are some ideas for whoever wins that free stamp set. More on that later. All right, let's carry on. Next gorgeous product suite is a Wonder of the Season. Now this is sort of the showcase suite. It is the one that is featured on the front of the catalog. There is so much in this suite. I don't actually have all of it yet. Some of it is still on its way. But this is what we call a mega suite because it has 2 bundles in it. 2. It also has 2 different DSPs in it. It has Memories and More cards. It has cards and envelopes. Like, this is the bundle, okay? Or sorry, the suite. You can get the whole suite. The whole suite is valued at $203. That earns you Stampin' Rewards right there. Just saying. All right, so let me show you the products. Some of the products, not all of them, because as I said, I don't have them all yet. And I have to find it in my disaster zone here. Okay. All right, so I mentioned that this suite has 2 bundles in it. So one of them I've used, one of them I have not because I just got it like today. So I can show it to you, but I can't show you a whole lot more. So this is the first bundle. Okay, it has the Wishes and Wonder stamp set. Awesome sort of antique sleigh and a deer and some mistletoe and then some fun sentiments. And then beautiful dies. There are dies that cut out a die cut and emboss deer, and then there are also ones that cut the stamped images. Okay, this one cuts a tag. These ones work with the circle sentiment in here. These layer quite nicely. I'm going to show you that on a project in a minute. Okay, so that's the first set of dies, or first bundle rather. Excuse me, I'm getting the hiccups, you guys. This is not good. And the next one is this one. Now, I really love this. We have not had anything like this in my recent memory. And I really love these bell dies. So Cherish the Season has these jingle bell images and some sentiments. And then these beautiful dies that cut out very detailed jingle bells. 4 different sizes. These, somebody asked me what this was. These are designed to cut the little trim part, this part that goes on the bell. Okay, so this one is for the biggest one is for the biggest bell. Next one is for the medium, okay? But each one of these is one single die that cuts all of those little pieces for the bells, okay? And then we have a couple pine boughs and then 2 that cut out the stamped images. Okay, so those are the 2 bundles. Then we have some beautiful paper. So I'm going to start with the 6x6 DSP. So this is one that features 6x6 designer series paper. And because it has, it's 6x6, there's a ton of patterns in it. So I'm just going to quick show them to you. So we've got a plaid, we've got some deer, some stripes, some bells, and holly, and trees, and candy canes, more plaid, love that plaid, some more stripes, some mistletoe, a sort of scripty, and then some more candy canes. And then when we flip them over, mistletoe, it's like a jacquard almost, it's like an argyle. Those almost look like snowflakes. These are very sort of vintage, traditional style. So if that is your jam, you are really going to like this. Now, the colors in this, we've got cherry cobbler, garden green, and shaded spruce. Really like this pattern as well. Okay, so that is the paper. And then, remember how I said we have 2 papers in this one? Well, let me show you this one. This is the specialty paper, and this one is so, the catalog does not do it justice, okay? I just got to tell you. So these papers are foil. So it's white with red or gold foil, and they're designed to read like an old copy of an advertisement or newspaper. Okay, and the cool thing is that you can cut these out and use them as focal images on your card. So I'll show you a card that I did with this image in a minute. So there's the red, and then this one, it's like a newspaper. This one is like recipe cards. I love this one. I actually want to try and make some of these recipes. Okay, so those are the gold foil, or sorry, red foil, and then we have gold, so same patterns. Well, same newspaper one. And then we have this fun script. Actually tells a story. I'm going to have to sit and read the whole story. And then we have another newspaper one. Okay, but then the cool thing is when we flip this over, we get black and white images that you could color. Okay, so there's recipe cards again. And the cool thing is that there's French, there's German. Okay, we've got multiple languages here, which I love, because how many of us have people in our lives? Like, I have tons of German speaking relatives, so I love that there are German recipes on here. We have this script, again, tells a story. We have another one that, again, is like a newsprint, but it also tells stories. There's a text. And the cool thing about these being black and white is that you can make them any color you want just by sponging them, right? So many possibilities with this. So there is that gorgeous paper. Okay. Now, to go along with this paper, you absolutely have to have the foil sheets. Now, these are not part of the suite. I love them, so I had to show you. So we have the red and green foil sheets. These come in a pack. You get 2 sheets of red and 2 sheets of green in the pack. And like, honestly, you guys, you have to have the red foil with this DSP. Like, it absolutely is a must-have. Okay, so there are the foil sheets. Deb, I know, it's hard to cut it. I hear you. Okay, so let me finish showing you the products and then I'm going to show you some projects. So then we have some trim. So we have, this is a combo pack. We get this wide, I think this is what, an inch? Yep, 1 inch wide. This is shaded spruce ribbon. Perfect for gift packaging, for wrapping up gift bags or gifts. You could also use it on projects. I have a card that I will show you where I used it as well, but makes really pretty bows. That would be really pretty on a wreath. Okay, so there is ribbon number 1. And again, these come in a combo pack. So you get 5 yards of this, and then you get 5 yards of this awesome gold cord. So this is a little bit different than the one that's in the annual. The one that's in the annual frays really easily. This one does not. Okay, so this would be awesome for use on gift tags, right? If you need cord to attach gift tags to gifts, that is perfect for with this. Okay, so it's nice and stiff, holds its shape, and does not fray. Okay, so you get 5 yards of that as well in the combo pack. So that is that. Let's get that out of the way. And then I already showed you these embellishments. So this is what the package looks like. They're called Wonderful Gems. And I don't know if you can see, I'm going to hold them up a little bit closer. Hopefully that comes through on the camera. But the clear ones have these little flecks of gold, and the red ones have little flecks of sort of like sparkle or shimmer in them. But they're really, really pretty and work on so many projects. So that's those. And then I also have to mention this embossing folder, which is not part of the suite again, but I'm going to use it on a project in a minute, so I have to mention it. So this is the Evergreen Forest 3D embossing folder. And again, it's not part of this suite. It's later in the catalog, but it is fantastic and it works so well with this suite. You'll see it in a minute in action. But oh my goodness, the detail on this folder is absolutely stunning. Okay, I can't even tell you how gorgeous it is. So let me show you a couple projects. So here is one that I did using some of that awesome paper. So I just cut out one of the little ads on the newspaper and added a couple of patterns of the DSP, a couple of pine boughs, and there's some of that awesome ribbon. And the background, I'm not sure how well it shows, but I did use this embossing folder on the background. But how fun is that? And then one of our little jingle bells for some fun. Okay. And then here is a swap card I received. Again, I'm going to take it out of the cellophane so that you can see it a little bit better. So this one uses that beautiful deer cutout. Now this is actually cut from the brass foil. So, so pretty. And then again, this embossing folder with some vellum in the background. And then there is that gorgeous gold foil paper again. And then again, this deer was a favorite, I think, with all the swappers. This time. And then this is some of the gold cord, but this is the gold cord from the annual. This is not the gold cord from the suite. Okay, see how it frays? The stuff in this suite does not do that. Okay, so again, that uses the tag die and the deer and that fun North Pole image. And there's some of the embellishments. And then this is a swap that I got that actually uses the Jingle Bell dies. So as I said, I haven't had a chance to do anything with this yet, but look at how pretty this is. It cuts and embosses that beautiful holly pattern. So, so pretty. So there you go. There are some project ideas with this suite. And now we're going to do a make and take. So we are going to make this card. This was actually my swap card that I designed for one of the swaps that I participated in. And this will give you a better idea of that evergreen embossing folder. It's just so, so pretty. I've used it on Mossy Meadow cardstock. So let's put this guy together. So there it is. There is the embossing folder. So we have, because it's 3D, we have some trees that are in the foreground and then we have some that are in the background, and you really get that depth. It's just amazing. And it looks equally cool when it's the deboss side. Really, really cool. Love this folder. All right. So then we are going to add a little strip of DSP. So this is from the Plaid Tidings DSP. This is later in the catalog. We will talk later about that one. But we're going to go ahead and layer that about 3/4 of an inch up from the bottom. And I always like to use my grid paper to help me get things straight. If you don't use grid paper and you have a problem getting things straight, you need to invest in some grid paper. I'm telling you now. It is the best money you will ever spend because you will be happier with your projects. All right, so this is a little bit of copper ribbon. This is actually from the fall suite that I'm gonna show you later. And we're gonna just add a glue dot to either end. And that's gonna go right across the top edge of our DSP. Just like that. And then we're going to adhere this. So this, I should have told you, is 4 by 5 1/4 inches. This was 1 by 4. And then this is 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, so that we can layer that and have just a bit of a red border all the way around. So I'm actually going to use a little bit of Tombow here because I have found that the seal does not like this embossing folder very well. It actually pulls the cardstock up. So we're going to go ahead and glue that with just a little bit of Tombow. Pop that on. You're in a Christmas card frame of mine. Well, I'm going to get you into a fall frame of mine in a little bit, okay? So stick with me. All right, so now we're ready to glue that onto our card base. This is Old Olive cardstock. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. So we'll fold that in half along our score line. And, oops, got a stray sequin there. And we'll add a little bit of seal. And pop that on. Just like that. Okay, then I have a whole bunch of die cut bits. So I went ahead and did all of this ahead of time just because I knew this was going to be a long video and I got lots to show you. So I've cut some of the little sprigs out of Old Olive cardstock. And to adhere these, I'm actually just going to put a little bit of tape right there. I'm going to add a little short guy right here. I'm going to add a longer one right there. And this one is actually going to go on here. So we're going to set that aside. This is another die cut. This is the sort of Starburst die cut from the die set. And then I've stamped the North Pole seal and die cut it as well. So that is going to get layered on there. We're going to pop it up with a couple of dimensionals. And we'll get rid of our backings. And pop that on. All right. Hopefully in the middle-ish. Okay, and then this guy is going to kind of go up to the sort of off to the side on our seal here. So we're going to kind of put that there. Okay, so then that is going to get glued on right about there. So we'll just add a little bit more tape and pop that on. Okay, and then we have our beautiful copper reindeer. This is cut from the copper, the brushed metallic copper sheets. Again, I'm going to show they're part of the autumn suite, and I will show you those in a little bit. So we're going to tuck this guy, and he's going to be kind of walking along the bottom edge of our DSP there, okay, just so that he's anchored. So again, we're going to add a little bit of tape here. Oopsie. And I kind of tucked his butt in behind, so he's kind of walking out from behind the seal there. So tuck him in there. Okay, and then we have a little bow that I've already tied, so we'll pop that on with the glue dot right about there. And then this time I actually used some embellishments from the annual catalog. These are the red rhinestone gems, and I just added a couple to each one of the sprigs, just like they're little berries. When I actually designed the swap, I didn't have all of the embellishments from the holidays. So I thought, well, there's lots of good embellishments in the annual, so let's use some of those. So there we go. Quick, easy, and such a wow, right? That embossing folder is just so gorgeous. It really makes this card. But you can see why I included it with this suite. It just works so well. Okay, so there we go. Make and take number 2 done. And are we halfway through? Not even. Oh my goodness. Okay, let's keep rolling. Hope you guys are liking these. Let's carry on. Where did we leave off? We left off with Wonder of the Season. Okay, and there are the 2 bundles in the suite. And next we come to Snowflake Splendor. Now, I gotta tell you, I've had a ton of snowflake sets in the past. They are pretty. Every one of them I love. And this one is no exception. Okay, it is gorgeous. The bundle, the DSP, I think this is my favorite snowflake DSP ever. I will show it to you in a minute. Embossing folder, glimmer paper. Oh, so much to love. So let me show you the products, and then we're going to make a project. Slide it all over here and try and do it without making a mess. All right. So here we go with our bundle. So starting with the Snowflake Wishes stamp set. So these are a sort of watercolor effect. So they're not really super crisp images. They're designed to be a little bit faded and look like watercolor, because I'll show you on the paper in a minute. It's a real watercolor effect. It's actually hand painted. The designers at Stampin' Up! Hand painted the snowflakes with watercolors to design the paper, which is so cool. And then we have some fun snowflake sentiments and even a happy Hanukkah. We need a happy Hanukkah sentiment. So there's a happy Hanukkah for a change in there. Okay, so that's your stamp set. And then here are the dies. So we have this die that cuts a tag. Now these, this is the same shape as the stitched nested label dies. So you can layer this really nicely. Excuse me. I gotta take some water. Too much talking. There we go. Oh, Lindy, you're going to have some fun. Okay. So this is the tag, again, that layers really nicely with the stitched nested label dies. And then we have lots and lots of snowflake dies. Now this one doesn't cut an actual snowflake. It actually cuts the negative. It's like a peek through window. I think I might have a sample that uses that. I'll have to look. So these ones cut snowflakes. These ones cut stamped images. Okay, so that's the bundle. And then we get to my favorite part, the gorgeous paper. Honestly, I think the paper is my favorite part of every suite. I'm a little bit of a paper addict. All right, so look at these gorgeous watercolor snowflake images. So, so pretty. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I love these. Now the dies also, I should mention, will cut some of these images out. Okay, so that cuts that, and that cuts that. Okay, I love that Stampin' Up! Is doing this. It makes me happy. It really does. This little guy cuts this little guy. So even if you don't get the stamp set, but I mean, let's be honest, if you're gonna buy the dies, you have to get the stamp set. But you could absolutely die cut your snowflakes instead of stamping them. So awesome. All right, and then there's another pattern and yet another, and then we flip it over and it's even more gorgeous. Look at that. Oh, this makes me so happy. I love this paper. Look at this. How gorgeous would this be, like a snowy night scene? Oh, I've got some awesome ideas for that paper. So pretty. And not just for snow, like this would be a gorgeous springtime card, like Easter. These colors, so pretty. Okay, and then we have a watercolor. This almost looks like a frosted window pane. So gorgeous. And look at this. Oh, love it. Honestly, this paper makes me happy. All right, then, as if that wasn't gorgeous enough, we also get this fantastic glimmer paper. Now, it says it's balmy blue, but you know what? This works with any of the blues in that DSP. It is just so pretty. And the best thing is, does not rub off. Like, you can scratch it. You will not get glitter all over your craft room. Okay, so if you have like a no glitter rule in your house, this is safe. You will not get glitter all over yourself. Okay. Best glimmer paper ever. I gotta tell you, it does not flake off. Okay, so check this out. It is fantastic. All right, moving on. We have an embossing folder called Winter Snow. We have not had a snowflake embossing folder in a while. We've had one that was like a large snowflake, but I'm loving the fact that we now got a piece of something stuck in there, that we now have one that looks like a snow flurry. Okay, really pretty. And then we have these beautiful blue gem embellishments. So pretty. They're iridescent and multifaceted, and they just sparkle and shine. And then we have this awesome iridescent ribbon. This is quite stiff. So again, it's going to hold its shape when you tie your bow. Your bow is going to stay a bow. Okay, it is not going to get squished flat. It is quite stiff. Now you do have to pull it tight when you are forming your bow so that your knot doesn't slip. Okay, but that is that beautiful iridescent ribbon. It's a 1/4 inch wide, that ribbon. And okay, let me show you a couple projects and then we're gonna do a make and take. So this is one. This is a little sneak peek for anybody who's playing bingo with me next week. This is one of our projects from bingo next Friday. So next Friday night, I have my live bingo, and this is one of the shaker cards that we're going to make. So again, it uses that embossing folder and that awesome tag die. So here I've used the negative and used it to create a window for my shaker card. And again, some of that gorgeous glimmer paper. Here I've used it with Seaside Spray. Totally works. Okay. And then these are a bunch of swap cards again. So let me just pull them out of the cellophane. So here's one, again, using that tag die. And then these are the Peace and Joy dies. Okay. And I love this one. Get this one out of the... Oh, Heather, they sure did go to town with the embellishments. I love all of these embellishments. This one's really pretty, again, using the silver foil. And then this one's super simple, but totally works. And like, again, it's the DSP that is doing all the heavy lifting on this card. Okay, so some of that beautiful DSP just cut into strips. And what else have I got? Again, another one, quite simple. This time it showcases that embossing folder really nicely. Now this is not a 3D folder, it's just a standard folder, but it still gives you a really nice embossed image. Okay, and then here's one that's a little bit non-traditional, so different color scheme. Not your typical blues, but just to give you an idea of how you can change it up. Okay, so there it is in pinks and gray. So really, really pretty. Love this suite so much. All right, we're gonna make a project. Let me get these out of the way. And we're gonna make this guy. Whoops, got a little extra more than I bargained for there. So to start, we are going to use just a piece of the DSP. So this has, it's this pattern on the back, but it's just like this is one that looks kind of like a frosted window to me. So this is cut to 4 by 5 1/4 inches. And I'm going to use a couple of the snowflakes and some Pool Party ink. So the color of this DSP is Pool Party. So we're going to do tone on tone stamping. And I just like the subtlety of that. You could certainly do different colors if you wanted to. But I'm just going to do really nice and subtle. So we're just going to add a couple of, actually I really only need one big guy there because we're going to cover up the rest of it. And then we're going to add a couple of smaller ones. So it's kind of snowing down across the page. And then this little stamp I love because it kind of nestles around the arms of the bigger snowflake. Just the shape of it. Somebody was thinking when they designed this stamp, I gotta tell you. See how it kind of encircles the larger snowflake. I love it. So we'll just add a couple more over here. Where are we gonna put this one? Right there. And then a couple here. And maybe a couple down here. Why not? All right, there we go. Super easy, super pretty. And then we are going to add some of that gorgeous ribbon. Now, where did I put it? I had it out. Where'd it go? There it is. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of that ribbon. So I'm going to just press it onto a glue dot. And this is going to go, I don't know, bottom third of the DSP piece. Just trim that off. And it just, again, when you put it with the DSP, it picks up the colors in the DSP and it's just so pretty. So pretty. All right, so then this is going to get glued onto a card base. My card bases are all the same. I did lots of vertically oriented cards today. So 4 1/4 by 11, scored in the middle at 5 1/2. And we'll fold her in half. I love the tone on tone too. Yep, me too, you guys. All right, and we'll add a little bit of adhesive here. And we're going to pop these onto the front of our card. Just like that. Okay, so there's our base. And then we are going to stamp a label. This is like the quickest, easiest to mass produce Christmas card, I'm telling you guys. So here is a label cut with the Tasteful Labels dies. And I have the Thank You Snow Much. Gotta love puns. This is the sentiment from the stamp set, one of the sentiments. And I'm stamping this in Balmy Blue ink. Okay, so just a little bit different shade, but it totally works. And then I'm going to add a couple more of those little snow flurry stamp images. So I'm going to add one kind of in that corner and one up in this corner. And again, because of the shape of the stamp, it just fits around the words so nicely. It's awesome. All right, so then I have some die cut snowflakes. Now look how gorgeous these are, you guys. These dies are super intricate. Like super intricate, and they cut beautifully, like one pass through the die cutting machine and it cuts right through. Okay, so no, you know, hassle. This glimmer paper is easy to cut. All right, so I'm gonna add some tape to the back of my label, and we're gonna add the big guy up there, and we're gonna add the medium one down here, and then we're gonna pop this onto the front of our card before we add our last little guy. So we're going to add it. Oof, I'm sticking to it. A couple of dimensionals. And pop this onto our card. Now you could put this right smack in the middle. I like it off to the side. That's just me. I'm a little off center. So we're going to put that there. And then we have our last little snowflake. Now this guy, I'm just going to roll a glue dot into a little tube, and I'm just going to press the edge of the snowflake onto it. I'm just going to pop it right on there like that. He's just going to kind of hang out. If you really wanted to, you could tape it or glue it down, but he's fine just hanging out there. And then we're going to tie a bow with our pretty iridescent ribbon. So pinching our loops, crossing left over right, and bringing it through, and then pulling it nice and tight. So that's the big thing with this particular ribbon. You've really got to pull your knot tight. Okay, so that your bow holds its shape and doesn't slip. All right, so then we're going to trim our tails and press the knot into a glue dot. And then that's going to go just kind of right there. Okay, and then we're going to add some of those gorgeous blue gems. So I'm going to use the lighter blue, and we're just going to add a couple of them, sort of adding to the sparkle and shimmer on this card. And another one up there. And there we go. Isn't that pretty? So pretty. Not that I'm in a hurry for snow, but you know, I love pretty sparkly things, and snow is pretty and sparkly. I'm not loving the cold, and I'm not loving shoveling it or cleaning it off my car, but oh my goodness, this is pretty. So nice. All right, moving on. We're getting there, you guys. We're getting there. All right, let's get this out of the way. Add to the disaster zone that is behind me, and we're going to carry on through the catalog. Here we go. Moving along. Okay, on to fall. From snow to leaves. I am a sucker for fall, okay? I think fall is well, I say that about no, winter is definitely not my favorite. I love fall and I love spring. Summer I like because I'm not working, but I'm not a fan of heat and humidity. So, but oh my goodness, I love fall. We got married in the fall because I love fall colors. I love the imagery. I love the florals and the leaves, and this Gilded Autumn Suite is just gorgeous. I have had so much fun playing with it. So again, I'm going to show you all the products and then show you some samples, and then we're going to make a project. So here we go. Starting with the bundle. Now the bundle in this one is a punch bundle. The Beautiful Autumn Bundle includes the stamp set and, count them, 3 punches. Now these are not the teeny tiny punches. When I first saw this in the catalog, I thought they were the little itty bitty punches, but they're not. They are our regular small punch, okay? And they are designed to cut the images that are in the stamp set. Okay, so you've got a maple leaf, you've got an acorn, and you've got an oak leaf. Now, the cool thing about these punches is that they also cut a bunch of the patterns in the DSP. So I'll show you that in a minute. But some beautiful sentiments with really great fonts and great fall imagery. So that is the bundle. And then we get the gorgeous paper. So starting with the DSP, we have these gorgeous fall images. Now, all of these sheets, one side has metallic foil. So this has copper and gold, and these little guys fit in the punches. So you can punch the acorns, the oak leaves, and the maple leaves. Okay. And then look at that. Oh, so pretty. I used some of this in the video on Tuesday. So you've already seen a little bit of this. Look at this paper. It's like a pine cone up close. So pretty. And then the mint macaron with gold. So this is with copper. This one's with gold. And then we have pumpkins with gold foil. And then we have this vine image with the copper. So pretty. And then on the back, we got some fun texture, more generic patterns. So we've got a houndstooth. This is my very favorite pattern because there's so many possibilities with it. I know it's really boring, but you can do so much with it. And then we get this great foliage pattern, some more leaves and acorns that we can cut with the punches, a stripe, and then I don't know, what pattern is that? It's like a chevron, I guess. Anyhow, there's the gorgeous DSP. And then we get the brushed metallic cardstock. So we have 3 different metals. There is, what colors are they? Bronze, copper, and gold. So I'm guessing this is the bronze, this is the gold, and this is the copper. These may look really similar on camera, but they actually aren't. This is much lighter. This is much more yellow. This is much lighter. And then the copper. So beautiful. So there's the foil. And then we have the ribbon combo pack. So we have this beautiful mint macaron basket weave ribbon. This is 3/4 of an inch. Nope, 1/2 inch. And again, it ties up beautifully. It has a little bit of bulk to it. So you're going to want to really pull your knot nice and snug when you're forming a bow. But it absolutely will hold a lovely bow. And then we have some of that copper metallic. So I use this one on one of the make and takes. That beautiful 1/4 inch copper metallic. So there's the ribbon. And then my favorite thing about this suite is these adorable little acorn trinkets. These are copper. They are teeny tiny. And again, would make awesome earrings. But really, really fun little embellishments to add to your projects. And let me show you some projects. Are you ready? I got lots of these because this was a really popular one in my swap. So let's start with this one. Again, I'm going to take these out of the cellophane so they don't reflect from the light. So there is one that uses lots of those stamped and punched images. Here's another really pretty one. Love this one. And what else do we got? Oh, love this one too. Oopsie. Okay, again, uses those adorable punched images. And there is your bow, your basket weave ribbon bow. And this is mine, so I'll show you this one. So there I punched a whole lot of leaves from the DSP. And I used one of the My Meadow embossing folders from the annual, which has this falling leaf pattern. So I embossed the crumb cake cardstock with that and then added a little bit of the champagne shimmer paint. Okay, so there you go. Some awesome idea. Oh, there's another one. Oh, there's so many in here. Okay, we're going to save the rest because I'm going to feature this bundle later in the month. Okay, all right, so that is that, and we're going to do a project. Now this one actually uses the Love of Leaves stamp set. So this is the one that I featured on Tuesday, and I have this fun project that I want to share with you. that uses the dies. So this is a fun shaker card. Now this again uses some of the plaid paper and some sequins that I'm betting you didn't even notice were in the catalog. So I'm going to show you those. Let me flip to those. So at the back of the catalog, on page 79, you will see this sequins for everything. They are actually shown on page 66. So right near the end of the catalog, right here. And I'm betting you missed them. You get a ton of sequins. It's $16, but you get, look at all these sequins. They come in a box and they're sorted by color, which makes me so happy. And they are perfect for shaker cards. Okay, so you get 3,600 sequins for $16.25. Now the cool thing about these again is that there are no holes in them. Okay, so they're really great for adhering with liquid glue. The glue doesn't ooze through the hole, and they're awesome for shaker cards, which we're going to use in a minute. Now let me also show you the plaid paper, which is from, where are you, Plaid Tidings? I didn't mark Plaid Tidings. Hold the phone. Plaid Tidings, where are you? Page 57. Let's find Plaid Tidings for you guys. Now I didn't do a whole lot with this suite other than the paper yet. But this paper, oh my goodness, like if there is one DSP that you need, it's this, because it will take you through every season. Okay. It's 6x6 DSP and it is awesome. Okay. Awesome. So we're going to use some of that on our shaker card. So let me pull out all my bits here. So here is a piece of very vanilla cardstock. It is 5 1/4 by 4. I've die cut it using the Lovely Leaves dies and then embossed it using the Tasteful Textile or Touches of Textile, whatever that embossing folder is in the annual catalog. Okay, just to add some texture. So then we are going to flip it over because we want the back side, and we are going to adhere a piece of window sheet. Now this I think is, how big is it? 4.5 by 3.5. So we're going to adhere that to the back side of our panel. So I'm just going to add a little bit of seal around my leaves, and we're going to glue that right now. Okay, I don't need to worry about getting it straight. Nobody's going to see whether it's straight. That's just going to be our windows for our shaker card. Okay, next you're going to need some foil or some foam adhesive strips. Now these normally come in, they're actually twice as long. I actually cut them in half because I included them in the Make and Take kits for bingo. But it doesn't matter. We can just piece them together. So I'm going to grab one of these guys and try to leave the backing paper behind. And so what we want to do is actually go around each leaf individually. So I'm going to kind of come around, bend it. You can bend these adhesive strips. Okay, they are quite flexible. And then I'm going to grab another one. And we're going to finish off this leaf. And the thing is, when you're working with these, you want to make sure that your joins butt up against each other. If they don't, you're going to lose the filling from your shaker card, right? You're going to have things falling out. This is what seals your card. All right, so then we're going to kind of use this as the edge for this leaf and come around here like that. And we're going to add another strip. Come on. And then we're going to add this one and trim it off. Okay, and then again, using this, we're going to butt up against that and come around. So we're basically creating 3 little wells to put our sequins in. And that's because I want to use different sequins in each leaf. If you wanted to use just the same sequins all the way around, you could just go around the outside of all 3 leaves and not worry about sort of separating them. All right, there we go. So we have our foam strips on. So now the trick is, actually before we do that, we are going to add our sequins. So the thing about these sequins is they are super staticky. So my advice is do not use your fingers to pick them up, or that you'll be cleaning them off. They won't want to come off your fingers. So I just had this little scoop. This is like a little bead scoop that I got at the dollar store. So I'm going to add a few of the sort of orangey yellow sequins to the 2 sort of longer leaves, and then I'm going to use some of the gold and silver in the smaller leaf. Okay, and you do not need to use a lot. These are pretty small openings. So we'll put those aside. And now we're going to peel off our backings. Get rid of all of that backing paper. I forgot to give myself a trash bin over here, so I'm going to have a big cleanup to do afterwards. Just kind of throwing stuff wherever it lands. Works for me. There we go. And now this is a piece of that Plaid Tidings DSP. Okay, this is cut to 3 3/4 by 4 1/4. Okay, it's got awesome red on the back for Valentine's Day or Christmas, but we're going to use this fun plaid, or this fall plaid, I should say. And the trick is to just make sure that you are centering this. Hold on, hold the phone. There we go, a little bit lower. And stick that down. And you just want to make sure you are sealing all the way around those openings. Okay, and then when you flip it over, there's your shaker card. Isn't that fun? Love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay, now, when you are working with the adhesive strips, you want to make sure that you add a little bit of adhesive strip to glue your card front onto your card. All right, you want to make sure it's going to lie flat. And if you don't add this, it's not going to sit very nicely if you just glue it with regular glue. So add just a couple of little bits there. And then when you glue this onto your card base, it'll lie nice and flat. Okay, that's just a little tip. So we're going to get rid of our backings on here. Come here. And we're going to pop this onto a Mary Merlot piece of cardstock. So this is 5 3/8 by 4 1/8. And I'm also going to add just a little bit of seal to the back of my DSP. Okay, and that's just going to help that adhere. And then this is going to get glued, and I'm going to try to glue this straight without looking straight down on it, which is always a challenge when you are popping up. Okay, so there is our card front. Isn't that fun? All right, so then that's going on a crumb cake card base. This is 5 1/2 by 8 1/2, scored in the middle at 4 1/4. And, oh, Wendy, you've never made a shaker card. Oh my goodness. You're doing bingo, aren't you? Yes, you're doing bingo. You're going to get to make a shaker card at bingo. All right, so we're going to add a little bit of seal to the back of this panel. And we're going to pop that onto the front of our card base, just like that. There we go. Okay. And then we're going to stamp a little flag. So we have just a little 1/2 inch wide strip of crumb cake cardstock. And I've got some Mary Merlot ink and this little hello stamp. And we're just going to we'll stamp it at one end and hope it's kind of straight. Yeah, it's not bad. Okay. Then I'm going to use my tailor tag trick just because I don't have my banner punch handy. It is not even in this room at the moment. So we're just going to do it this way, the old-fashioned way, and trim the ends of our strip into a little banner. And you'll notice I've left a little bit of extra space here, probably too much. I'm actually going to cut a little bit more off that. There we go. And I'm going to add a little bit of twine to that. Thanks, Deb. Creativity makes me happy. Being creative is what keeps me going, honestly. Yeah. So I'm adding a glue dot to the back of my strip and a little bit of linen thread. Linen thread is like the sort of catch-all twine embellishment. So if you don't have linen thread, it's like one of the cheapest trims that you can get, and it works with almost everything. It's just one of those things that is just really handy stuff to have around. So I'm going to add a dimensional on either end of my little banner here. And we're going to pop this on sort of underneath this smaller leaf and between these two. So we're just going to kind of nestle it in there and hope it's semi-straight. And then we're going to add a little bow. So we'll just make our twine bow. So I'm making a loop. I'm not tying a knot. I'm taking my tail, wrapping it around, and bringing it through. Okay, and that is to avoid having a big bulky knot. I don't do the bunny ears when I'm using twine. Okay, And then we'll trim the tail off there. And then to adhere this, we're going to roll a glue dot into a little tube. And I find it's easiest to just press the bow right into that. And then I like to use my take your pick and pick it up and pop it right on, just like that. There we go. Okay. Love shaker cards. They are so much fun to give and to get. Really fun. Okay, there you go. A nice fall shaker card for you. All right, one more suite, you guys. We're almost there. Do you know what we haven't done yet? There are a couple of suites I haven't got yet, so you have to bear with me. But we need to talk about Halloween. Now, I got to tell you, I am not really a Halloween kind of gal. We are not big into Halloween around here. My son likes to go and get candy, but that's about it. We are just not big Halloween people. But I have to say, I absolutely love this suite. The images are beautiful. The products in it are so gorgeous. So I'm going to show you the suite and then show you some projects, and I think you'll agree. Like, it's really a fun suite. So let me grab the last suite to show you. So starting, of course, with our bundle. So we have Hallows Night Magic. So we have these beautiful, look at the imagery on these bats. Like, I don't like bats. I'm not a bat person, but look at how pretty it is. It's all lacy and it's gorgeous. And then these spiders, I'm not a spider fan, but you know what? They're hand drawn. They're beautiful. And then this shape actually coordinates with this die. So I will show you a project where I've used that. So you can cut a tag using that and then back it with this. Okay, so it's a really cool shape. Very different. And then we have this gorgeous sort of embellishment. This is just like an edgelet trim. We've got flower and leaf, and then we've got some small bats, and then these big guys cut out the stamped image. Okay, so that is your bundle. And then we have some of the most gorgeous Halloween DSP I've ever seen. I gotta tell you, I love it. So we have, whoops. Look at this. Like, this is not Halloween. This could be anything. I love Pretty Peacock. And this pattern is just gorgeous. Look at these. Fun, fun, fun. So pretty. Like, this does not scream Halloween to me. It really doesn't. It's just so pretty. Spiders. I'm not, like, who's heard of pretty spiders? Not me, but those are pretty. And a lacy spider web. And then some beautiful florals, okay? And then we flip them over and look at this. Like, color that any color you want. Color that background and it'll work for anything. Same with this. So, so pretty. And then just a stripe, again, works for anything. An argyle works for anything. These bats can be cut out with these dies. So fantastic. And then a black and white spider web, which again, you could, this does not have to be a spider web. You could cut this and use it as a lacy brocade, okay? And color it any color. So I'm loving that one side of all of these papers is black and white and can be colored with anything you'd like, okay? So that is the paper. And then, look at this. This black glitter paper is absolutely stunning. Like, so gorgeous. And it's just like the blue. Does not come off. You can scratch it. It will not wear off, okay? You will not end up with glitter all over your house. It is gorgeous. This is husband approved, okay? It's fantastic. All right, now look at this ribbon. This ribbon is so gorgeous. Now, this is not just Halloween ribbon. I'm thinking this would look really cool with like that snowflake suite. It looks kind of frosty, or like icicles. I think it's awesome. But so pretty and so delicate. This is not something that you can pull apart, okay? You will wreck it if you try to pull it apart, but it is quite wide ribbon, okay? I think it's 1.25 inches, 1.5 inches. And so many possibilities with this. It's so, so pretty. So that's the ribbon. And then we have these gorgeous iridescent pearl embellishments. Oh my stars. Again, not just for Halloween. I use these on some fall projects this week. So pretty. And then I should also show you the new Cobwebs 3D embossing folder. And again, I'll show you a couple projects in a second that showcase this folder. So really, really fun. And here are a couple projects. So this is one that I did. So this, again, there's some of that gorgeous mesh, silver mesh. And again, here, I didn't even tie a bow. I just tied a knot. And the ribbon is so wide that it gives the illusion of a bow, which is really pretty. And then there's that beautiful edge die. Okay. And then there is that tag that I've cut and then colored using Stampin' blends and some of the iridescent pearls. So pretty. And on the inside, I just added some more of some little bits, corners of the tag die or tag stamp and another sentiment. And then here are a couple of swaps that I received. So there is using the embossing folder on black cardstock. I'm not sure how well that shows, but it's really, really pretty, that cobweb folder. And then here is one more. Again, using that cobweb folder. And this one has got shimmer paint on it. It looks like, I think she's spritzed with shimmer paint, the white shimmer paint. And oh my goodness, it's so sparkly. So, so fun. So there are some fun projects using that Halloween suite. Love it. All right. I think we did it. I think we made it all the way through. Have I left anything out? I don't think I have. There are a couple of suites that I don't have yet that I will feature later on. That's it. Woohoo! I haven't talked this much since school got shut down. All right, you guys. I hope you enjoyed my little walkthrough of the brand new catalog. I've so enjoyed spending my Friday evening with you. I hope you guys have enjoyed seeing some of these products and getting some inspiration. I am going to be posting the winner of the Gnome for the Holidays stamp set in a little bit. And I am going to be direct messaging some lucky winners of bonus days coupons. Okay, so make sure you check your direct messages a little bit later on this evening and you may be a lucky winner. Okay, don't forget, if you are placing your order, use this host code on my brand new Stampin' Up website. So stampinup.ca, and then you're going to have to select me as your demonstrator. You just type in my name, Lena Gersa. And when you place a $60 order using this host code, you'll get your choice of free embellishments from this awesome new catalog. All right. Okay, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a fantastic weekend. It is Friday. So enjoy your weekend, and I hope you have some time for stamping. I know I will. And I will see you on Tuesday for an episode of Tuesday Live at 5. Bye for now, everybody.